Every great achievement in history started as a dream, a vision in someone's mind that seemed impossible at first. Think about it. The airplane, the light bulb, the internet, skyscrapers, smartphones, space travel, all of it began with someone who dared to think beyond what was in front of them. They dreamed. But the world isn't kind to dreamers, not at first. Society respects results, not dreams. That's why so many people abandon their dreams early. They look around, and reality doesn't match their vision. People laugh. Doubt creeps in. The dream begins to fade. But here's the truth. A dream is not supposed to be easy. If it were easy, it wouldn't be worth chasing. Dreams test you. They stretch you. They challenge everything you think you are and force you to grow into what you're meant to become. Dream big. Not because it's comfortable, but because it's the only way to live fully. A small dream doesn't excite the soul. A small dream doesn't wake you up in the morning. A small dream won't make you suffer willingly for something greater. Your dream should scare you just a little and excite you a lot. It should be so big that people think you're crazy for believing in it. Because that's what a real dream does. It separates you from the crowd. But dreaming is just the beginning. A dream without action is just a wish, and wishes don't change lives. Work does. You see, the dream is the spark, but discipline is the fuel. You can dream of writing a book, but you have to sit down and write. You can dream of starting a business, but you have to build it brick by brick. You can dream of becoming great, but you have to become consistent. Consistency beats intensity. Not just one amazing day, but thousands of solid days. When you show up, do the work, and make no excuses. Dreamers dream at night. Achievers build during the day. So don't just dream big. Back it up with big commitment, big discipline, big patience, big resilience. Because the road to your dream is not paved with applause. It's paved with effort, with rejection, with late nights and early mornings, with people doubting you. Sometimes even you doubting yourself. But you keep going. Why? Because you know your dream matters. You know that deep down, you weren't made to live a small, average, quiet life. You were made for more. Not because you're better than others, but because you believe in becoming better than who you were yesterday. And that belief, that fire, is what makes dreamers dangerous. People fear those who won't quit. People doubt those who rise after every fall. But those are the ones who change the world. And along the way, you will hear every excuse. It's too late. You're not talented enough. You don't have the resources. You're not lucky like others. You should be more realistic. Let me tell you something. Realistic dreams never made history. You have to stop waiting for perfect conditions. Start with what you have, where you are. Build your dream with shaky hands if you must, but build it. Every master was once a beginner. Every legend once felt lost, but they moved forward. They worked when others were watching Netflix. They practiced when no one was clapping. They studied when everyone else was sleeping. They made sacrifice after sacrifice. Not because they loved pain, but because they loved the dream. And that's what makes the difference. Not talent, not luck, not connections, effort. Relentless, quiet, disciplined effort. That's the real currency of dreamers who become doers. Now let's talk about failure, because that's part of the dream too. You will fail. You will fall. You will be disappointed. You will lose. People will say, "I told you so." You will question yourself. You will think about quitting. But let me ask you, will you? Because here's the thing most people don't understand. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the path to success. Every failure teaches. Every loss strengthens. Every no builds your character. Success doesn't come to those who avoid failure. It comes to those who walk through it, learn from it, and come back stronger. Your dream will cost you. It will cost your comfort. It will cost your time. It will cost sleep, money, relationships, and moments. But it will pay you back in fulfillment, in freedom, in impact, in pride. Nothing worthwhile is free, but everything worthwhile is possible. You just have to decide. Are you willing to pay the price? Because dreaming big is a choice. It's a lifestyle. It's saying yes to what matters and no to what doesn't. It's walking away from distractions, from average, from excuses. It's being uncommon in a world that settles for comfort. And once you've chosen that path, the path of greatness, you need to protect your mindset like your life depends on it. Because it does. The world will try to shrink your dream. People will project their fears onto you. They'll say, "That's not realistic." They'll say, "You're dreaming too big." But that's only because they've stopped dreaming themselves. Never take advice from someone who's given up on their own vision. Surround yourself with people who lift you. People who remind you of what's possible. People who fuel your fire, not your fear. Feed your mind daily. Read books. Listen to great thinkers. Reflect. Because your mind is the command center of your dream. If you lose control of it, you lose everything. So fuel your belief. Sharpen your focus. Guard your time. And keep your dream close. Now, remember this. The dream is yours. No one's coming to build it for you. No one's coming to save you. This is your fight. This is your mission. And the question is, how badly do you want it? Will you show up even when it's hard? Will you keep going when no one's watching? Will you trust the process when results are slow? If the answer is yes, if you're willing to stay disciplined, stay focused, and stay hungry, then there's nothing you can't achieve. Because the dreamer who works will always outshine the doubter who watches. This is your time. This is your story. Don't let it go unwritten. So dream big, work hard, stay humble, and let the world feel your impact. Dreams are beautiful. They light up your mind with possibility. They make you believe that your life could be something more, something powerful, something meaningful. But here's a hard truth. Dreams without discipline are nothing. You can dream all you want, but if you don't have the discipline to show up every single day and work on that dream, it dies, quietly, slowly, and eventually, it's gone. Most people don't fail because they lack ambition. They fail because they lack follow-through. They're motivated on Monday and distracted by Tuesday. You want to dream big. Then learn to honor your word. Keep promises to yourself, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Discipline is doing what needs to be done. When you don't feel like doing it. When the excitement is gone. When the results aren't showing. When it's boring. When it's painful. When it's dark. Anyone can show up when it's easy. Champions show up when it's not. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about structure. It's about freedom through focus. It's saying, I want my dream more than I want temporary comfort. The world is full of people with potential. But potential means nothing without discipline. Talent is great. But if talent is lazy, it loses to hunger. Intelligence is impressive. But if it lacks discipline, it wastes away. You see, the dream is only as powerful as the habits you build to protect it. Every morning you get up early when you don't want to. That's discipline. Every time you choose the gym over the couch. That's discipline. Every time you open the book instead of scrolling on your phone. That's discipline. And those small decisions, they compound. They build momentum. They shape character. They create outcomes you can't even imagine right now. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. You just need to choose discipline over distractions. One choice at a time. Success isn't an event. It's not one massive action. It's not one viral moment. It's not one lucky break. Success is built in silence, in repetition, in private, in the places where no one claps for you, no one sees you, and no one cares. But you keep going anyway, because discipline isn't for the world to see. It's for you. It's your secret weapon. It's the foundation of everything real and lasting. And the thing is, you already know what needs to be done. You don't need another motivational quote. You need to move. You know what you're avoiding. You know what you've been putting off. You know what that voice in your head keeps reminding you to do. The work isn't complicated. It's just hard. And that's why most people never do it. They wait for the right time, the right feeling, the perfect conditions. But here's the truth. If you wait until you feel like it, you'll never do it. Winners act based on vision, not emotion. They don't ask, do I feel like it? They ask, does this align with who I want to become? And then they do it. Tired or not, afraid or not, alone or not, they do it. Because they know something most people never understand. Discipline is love. It's self-respect in motion. It's choosing your future self over your current impulses. It's doing the hard things now so your life becomes easier later. And when you build that kind of self-discipline, no one can stop you. Not the economy, not the critics, not the competition, because your habits become your armor. But here's the catch. Discipline will cost you. It will cost you sleep. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you friends who don't understand. It will cost you weekends, distractions, and the illusion of balance. But in return, it will give you everything. Clarity, confidence, mastery, control, freedom. Yes, freedom. Most people think discipline is restrictive, but it's the opposite. Undisciplined people are trapped by stress, by chaos, by regret. Disciplined people are free because they've built a life that works. You'll never rise higher than your routines. You'll never grow beyond the habits you practice daily. So if your dream is big, your discipline must be bigger. That means saying no to things that waste your time. Saying yes to things that challenge you. waking up before the world does, studying when your friends are out, practicing when no one's watching, getting up after every failure. Not because you want to, but because it's required. Discipline is quiet. It doesn't post on social media. It doesn't brag. It doesn't complain. It just works. And slowly the results show. The body transforms. The skills sharpen. The business grows. The confidence builds. And the dream becomes real. But you must keep going. Don't break your momentum. Don't negotiate with laziness. Don't let one bad day turn into a bad week. Forgive yourself quickly, then get back to the work. Because success is not about never falling. It's about rising faster each time you fall. Every time you choose discipline, you're casting a vote for the person you're becoming. And if you vote enough times, that's who you become. So the question is simple. Are your actions aligning with your dream? Are you doing what's required? Or just what's comfortable? Because only one of those creates greatness. The dream is beautiful. But discipline is what brings it to life. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. So show up today, even if it's messy, even if it's slow, even if it's lonely. Because your dream is worth it. And more importantly, you are. Now go build, go grind, go honor your vision, dream big, work hard, stay humble, and let your discipline do the talking. Success is a powerful thing. It changes your life, and it can also change your mindset if you're not careful. You start to get noticed. People start saying your name. Opportunities open up. Doors you once knocked on, they're now wide open for you. But here's where many lose the path. They forget what got them there. They forget the long nights, the early mornings, the failures, the people who believed in them before the world did. And worst of all, they forget to stay humble. Humility is not weakness. It's not playing small. It's not pretending you're less than you are. Humility is strength under control. It's knowing who you are without having to prove it. The louder your success gets, the quieter your ego must become. Because the moment you believe your own hype, the climb ends. And the fall begins. True greatness is never loud. It doesn't have to shout. It doesn't seek attention. It commands respect through action, not words. You see, it's easy to be humble when you're struggling, when you're climbing, when no one knows your name. But can you stay grounded when the world starts clapping? Can you stay focused when you finally win? Can you stay kind when people are beneath you? Where you once were. Humility is remembering that your success is not entirely yours. Yes, you worked hard. Yes, you made sacrifices. But someone believed in you. Someone opened a door. Someone gave you a chance. And someone inspired you long before you had confidence in yourself. You didn't build your dream alone. No one does. So don't walk like you did. Walk with gratitude. Speak with respect. Act with grace. Because humility builds legacy. Arrogance destroys it. History is filled with talented people who lost it all. Not because they weren't great, but because they weren't grounded. They forgot who they were before the fame, before the money, before the spotlight. You have to protect your character more than your reputation. Reputation is what the world sees. Character is who you are when no one's watching. And here's the truth. Success reveals you. It magnifies you. If you were selfish before, success makes you more selfish. If you were generous before, success gives you more to give. If you were arrogant in small wins, big wins will only make you louder. That's why humility must be trained, just like your body, your mind, and your habits. You must remind yourself daily, I am a student, not a master. There is always someone better. There is always more to learn. There is always room to grow. The moment you think you've arrived, you stop progressing. Let your work speak. Let your actions teach. Let your presence inspire. Not because you say so, but because you live so. Humility doesn't mean hiding your gifts. It means using them to serve others, to lift, to build, to encourage. Because what good is success if it only feeds your ego, not your impact? You want to be truly respected. Then stay reachable. Stay human. Stay kind, especially when you don't have to be. Power doesn't impress people. Humility with power does. Status doesn't make you strong. Character does. Position doesn't make you great. Purpose does. And remember this, when you rise, someone is watching. Someone who once stood where you stood. Someone looking for hope. Be the kind of success story that makes others believe they can win too. Don't be the kind of person who climbs the mountain just to shout, look at me. Be the one who climbs it, reaches the top, and then helps others find the path. That's real greatness. That's legacy. That's what staying humble looks like. So how do you stay humble in a world that worships attention? You reflect. You remember where you came from. You surround yourself with truth tellers, not just fans. You seek wisdom, not applause. You choose growth over comfort. You listen more than you speak. And above all, you keep working. Because the mountain doesn't stop just because you've reached the first peak. There's always more to learn, more people to help, more ways to evolve. Staying humble is knowing that you are never finished. The mission continues. The purpose deepens. The standard rises. So no matter how far you go, keep your feet on the ground. Don't let compliments become chains. Don't let applause become a drug. Don't let attention become your oxygen. Let your peace come from purpose, not praise. Let your joy come from the journey, not the followers. Let your worth come from within, not from numbers. Because at the end of the day, when the noise fades, when the lights dim, and when the crowd is gone, the only thing that remains is who you became in the process. Did you grow? Did you give? Did you stay true? If the answer is yes, then you've truly succeeded. So, dream big, keep dreaming. Work hard, keep building. But always, always stay humble. Because humility will take you further than talent ever will. It will open doors pride would have closed. It will build relationships that ego would have broken. It will earn trust that arrogance would have destroyed. And in the long run, it's not about how high you climbed. It's about how well you carried others with you. That's the real measure. That's the real reward. So wear your success lightly, carry your lessons deeply, and walk with grace, not noise. Because the world doesn't need louder winners. It needs wiser ones. Dream big, work hard, stay humble, always. You had the dream. You put in the work. You stayed grounded through it all. But now comes the most important question of all. What will you leave behind? Because in the end, it's not about how many trophies you collect. It's not about how many followers you have or how many people know your name. It's about impact. It's about how you made people feel. It's about whether your life meant something beyond yourself. You see, there's a difference between success and significance. Success is reaching your goals. Significance is using your success to lift others. Anyone can chase status. Few choose to build a legacy. Legacy is not built in moments. It's built over a lifetime. It's in your daily choices, in your values, in your character, in how you treat people who can't give you anything in return. And legacy doesn't shout. It whispers in stories people tell about you when you're not in the room. It lives in the hearts you touched, the minds you changed, the lives you improved. So don't just chase noise. Chase meaning. You can dream big. You can work hard. You can stay humble. But unless you're building something that outlives you, it's incomplete. Ask yourself, what will people remember you for? When your name is spoken 10 years from now, will it echo with purpose or will it fade? Let this question shape your path. What difference did I make? We live in a world obsessed with fast success, fast money, fast fame. But what's fast is often shallow, and what's shallow never lasts. Legacy is deep. Legacy is built slowly. Legacy is intentional. It's built in the quiet moments when you choose integrity over attention. When you do the right thing, even if no one is watching. When you speak life into others, even when your own life feels heavy. When you lead with love, even when the world leads with ego. You see, the greatest lives ever lived were not the loudest. They were the most meaningful. Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks. They didn't need viral moments. They didn't chase applause. They stood for something. They lifted others. And they did it all with humility and conviction. Now, you may not be called to change the world at that scale, but you are called to make your corner of the world better. In your home, in your work, in your words, in your walk. Your legacy starts small, with your attitude, with how you show up, with how you serve, with how you keep going when things get tough. Because that's what people remember. Not your highlight reel, but your daily commitment. So, as you continue to dream, dream beyond yourself. Dream of building others. Dream of being a voice of hope. Dream of leaving this world better than you found it. As you continue to work hard, work not just for success, but for significance. Let your grind have meaning. Let your hustle have heart. And as you stay humble, let that humility anchor your legacy. Be the person people are proud to know. Be the story they want to tell. Be the proof that you can rise without stepping on others. And if you're still doubting whether your life can matter, let me remind you, you don't need 1 million followers to be a leader. You don't need a title to make a difference. You don't need permission to live with purpose. All you need is the decision to do it. Right now, right here, in your own way, with your own voice, in your own lane. Don't wait for the perfect time. Build your legacy now. One act of kindness at a time. One disciplined day at a time. One small choice to live with honor, with courage, with grace. Legacy isn't what you leave behind when you die. Legacy is what you give while you're still alive. Every time you lift someone up, every time you keep your word, every time you lead with truth, every time you forgive, serve, care, love, that's legacy. You want to be remembered. Then be unforgettable, not in style, but in substance. Be the one who didn't quit. Be the one who gave more than they took. Be the one who rose from nothing and reached back for others. Be the one who inspired, not with noise, but with presence. Because in the end, they won't remember your numbers. They'll remember your name and what it stood for. So write a story worth remembering. Build a life worth imitating. Speak words worth repeating. And walk a path worth following. That is legacy. That is power. That is purpose. So dream big, because the world needs bold visionaries. Work hard, because nothing great happens without sacrifice. Stay humble, because ego builds walls, but humility builds bridges. And above all, live a life that matters.